You're listening to the Bare Metal Cyber Prepcast, created to help you succeed in your IT Fundamentals certification journey. Learn more at baremetalcyber.com, where additional prepcasts, books, and training materials await. Let's get started. In this episode, we will provide a clear, structured strategy for preparing for the ITF Plus certification exam. The goal is to help you study with focus and direction so that your learning is efficient and confidence-building. With a smart plan in place, you can avoid wasted time and reduce unnecessary stress. Whether you're studying full-time or balancing IT learning with other responsibilities, this episode is designed to help you stay on track from start to finish. Study methods matter, especially when preparing for the ITF Plus exam. The test covers a wide range of topics across multiple domains, including hardware, software, networking, security, and development. Learners come from many different backgrounds and levels of experience, which means no single approach works for everyone. The right habits can make the material easier to absorb, while poor planning can lead to frustration, burnout, or gaps in knowledge. With the right techniques, even beginners can build momentum quickly. The first step in studying effectively is understanding your starting point. Begin by identifying areas where you feel confident and areas that are completely new to you. Review the official CompTIA objectives document, which lists all the topics covered on the exam. Then, take a short self-assessment or introductory practice quiz to get a sense of where you stand. Knowing your baseline helps you focus your study time where it's needed most, and avoid spending too much time on areas you already understand. Once you know your strengths and weaknesses, build a study schedule that fits your life. Set realistic goals based on how many weeks or months you have before your exam date. Break up your study plan into consistent time blocks such as 30-minute or 1-hour sessions and spread them out across each week. Don't forget to schedule rest days and review days to keep your mind fresh and reinforce what you've already learned. A sustainable rhythm is more effective than cramming everything in a few days before the test. Next, choose the core study materials that you will use throughout your preparation. Many learners begin with the official CompTIA study guide, which covers every domain in detail. You can also find books, online courses, videos, and of course, this prepcast. Choose formats that fit your learning style. If you prefer reading, use print or digital books. If you retain information better by listening, lean into audio-based resources. The right combination of materials improves your chances of success. Pairing multiple learning tools often leads to better results. For example, you can listen to a prepcast episode, then read the matching section in a study guide. Or you might use digital flashcards to review key terms while watching videos that explain how devices or software work. A printed copy of the CompTIA objectives can be helpful for checking off topics as you master them. When you engage with content in more than one way, it strengthens your understanding and memory. Be aware of the difference between active and passive study methods. Passive learning, like listening or reading, is helpful but limited on its own. To boost your retention, use active strategies. Take notes in your own words while studying. Summarize what you've learned out loud, or teach it to a friend. Visual learners might draw mind maps or flowcharts to organize ideas. These hands-on approaches force your brain to work with the information, which leads to deeper understanding. Creating a dedicated study environment also supports effective learning. Choose a quiet space where you can concentrate without interruptions. Gather your materials before each session so that everything you need is within reach. Use a timer or set time limits for each session to help you stay focused and avoid distractions. A clear, organized space and consistent routine send a strong signal to your brain that it's time to learn. Practice questions are a critical part of exam prep. They reinforce your knowledge and help you apply what you've studied in a test-like format. After reading a chapter or listening to an episode, use matching practice questions to assess your understanding. When you miss a question, go back and review that topic. Practice tests also help build your endurance so that you're more comfortable answering 75 questions in 1 hour. Repetition is one of the most effective ways to lock information into long-term memory. Topics you find difficult should be revisited over several days. If you hear something once and don't review it, you're likely to forget. Re-listen to Prepcast episodes, review notes, or work with flashcards regularly. Rotating through topics prevents forgetting and gives you a fresh perspective each time. This cyclical process supports retention and builds your mastery over time. Tracking your progress keeps you motivated and provides a clear sense of accomplishment. Use a checklist or study log to mark topics as you complete them. Track which domains you've covered and which ones still need review. Set mini goals and reward yourself when you reach a milestone. Small celebrations along the way can make a long study process feel more manageable and rewarding. Avoiding common study mistakes is just as important as adopting good habits. Don't skip over foundational topics, thinking they are too simple. These basics often support more advanced questions. Don't cram everything in the week before the test, as this increases stress and reduces retention. And don't rely on a single source of information. Using multiple resources ensures you are seeing topics from different angles and catching any gaps. For more cyber-related content and books, please check out cyberauthor.me. Also, there are other prepcasts on cybersecurity and more at baremetalcyber.com. Learning IT vocabulary early in your study plan gives you a strong advantage. Many questions on the exam use technical terms that may be unfamiliar at first. By hearing and reviewing these terms regularly, you'll begin to recognize them quickly and understand their meaning in context. That's why this prepcast includes dedicated glossary episodes. Terminology isn't just helpful for answering questions. It's essential for reading study guides, understanding explanations, and building long-term comprehension across all domains. When you're short on time, it's still possible to make meaningful progress in your studies. Break your study time into short, focused sessions of 15 to 20 minutes. Listen to one Prepcast episode or review one small set of flashcards. Focus on a single domain or subtopic during each short session. Use downtime like commuting, walking, or lunch breaks as opportunities to review. Consistent micro-sessions can be just as effective as longer study blocks when used purposefully. Confusing topics are a normal part of the learning process. When you encounter a concept that doesn't make sense, try breaking it into smaller parts. Look for an alternative explanation in another resource, like a video or a different book. Sometimes hearing the same idea phrased in a different way can make everything click. If you're still stuck, take a short break and come back later. Giving your brain time to process often leads to better clarity on your next attempt. Studying with others can also improve your understanding and motivation. Joining a study group or finding a peer who is also preparing for the ITF Plus exam can help keep you accountable. You can share resources, quiz each other, and discuss topics that are difficult to grasp. Teaching a concept to someone else is one of the most powerful ways to reinforce your own knowledge. Even casual conversations about the material can lead to deeper learning. It's important to know the difference between memorizing and understanding. Memorization is short-term and often fades after the exam. True understanding allows you to apply concepts to new situations and answer scenario-based questions more effectively. The ITF Plus exam rewards comprehension over rote recall. Rather than memorizing definitions, focus on understanding how technologies work, what problems they solve, and how they fit into the bigger picture. While consistent study is necessary, over-preparation can also be a problem. Studying too long without breaks can lead to mental fatigue, burnout, and reduced retention. Reviewing the same topic excessively can actually make it harder to concentrate. Quality study sessions matter more than quantity. Aim for focused, purposeful study, rather than trying to cover everything in one sitting. More study time does not always equal better results. As your exam day approaches, start preparing by reviewing the format of the test itself. Make sure you understand the number of questions, the time limit, and how the exam will be delivered. Take 1 or 2 full-length timed practice tests to simulate the exam environment. This helps you get used to managing your time and reduces anxiety. Know where and how you'll take the exam, especially if you're testing at home and need to meet the technical and environmental requirements. In the final week before your exam, use your time strategically. Revisit the topics you found most difficult and review any notes or flashcards that still feel unfamiliar. Go back to the domains with the highest weight on the exam and make sure you're confident in those areas. It's also a good time to take one last full-length practice test and use the results to guide your final review. Avoid cramming. Your focus should be on refining, not relearning. This prepcast is meant to support your study plan in a flexible and practical way. Follow the episodes in domain order or skip around as needed. Pair audio episodes with your reading material, note-taking sessions, or flashcard practice. If a topic is especially challenging, listen to the episode more than once. Return to the glossary episodes regularly to strengthen your command of IT language. Make the prepcast a consistent part of your routine to keep the material fresh. Combining short-term and long-term strategies gives you the best chance of exam success. Daily review helps lock information into your short-term memory. Weekly goals keep your study structured and prevent gaps. Long-term tracking of your progress builds momentum and helps you stay motivated. As your understanding grows, you'll find it easier to make connections between domains, recognize patterns, and solve problems using the concepts you've learned. Above all, keep a positive mindset. Progress might feel slow at times, especially when you're tackling new or unfamiliar topics, but every study session contributes to your overall growth. Confidence builds gradually through consistent effort. The ITF Plus exam is not a barrier. It's a milestone that shows how far you've come. With the right study habits, the right resources, and the right mindset, you can reach your goal and begin your journey into the world of information technology. To summarize, studying for the ITF Plus exam effectively means using a structured approach that combines different formats, frequent review, and active engagement with the material. Track your progress, manage your time, and stay flexible as you adjust your study plan. Use the exam structure and domain breakdown to guide your sessions, and don't forget to take breaks when needed. With steady effort, clear planning, and the right support, you can approach the exam with clarity, confidence, and success. Thanks for tuning in to the Bare Metal Cyber Prepcast, your trusted source for cybersecurity news and insights. Remember to subscribe at baremetalcyber.com so you never miss an update. And visit cyberauthor.me for best-selling cybersecurity books that equip you with expert knowledge. Until next time, stay secure and stay vigilant.